Hi, folks. This is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report. You know, I've always told you my favorite type of fishing is wading. And I realize the more I talk about it, the more I might pass on some kind of danger to some people in that it can be very difficult to wade some of our tributaries. But there's a certain advantage, and I want to talk about those advantages to wading because I've thought a lot about why I catch so many fish when I do go out and am able to do that. If I'm in a boat, I'm not nearly as successful as I am when I'm wading, and there's reasons. When you wade, you control almost totally your presentation of what you're using. Number one, even if it's windy, you can stay in one place. And if you know those fish are in that area that you want to fish, you don't have to worry about the wind blowing you away or putting a heavy anchor down and trying to keep yourself in place. You can your body is going to be a lot more withstanding of any motion from the wind than any other anything floating that you can use. So you can stand there, you can determine where you want to fish, and you can determine how you want to fish it. And that's another key to wading. I've discovered that if I'm wading in a pool, there's a certain way that those fish are going to react most positively to what I do. In other words, maybe if I cast at a certain angle against or down the current and bring it back, that angle is what's going to make them strike. Or if I realize that they're only going to be susceptible to being able to cast upstream, I can do that. I have all this broad spectrum of choices of how I want to present my lure. And it really is more easily done if you're wading. And there's advantages to every way that we fish. And what I'm talking about right now is the advantage of how you catch the fish. And we talk about fishing being a lot more than just catching the fish. It's fishing, not just catching. And so it may be more fun to drift because if you're in a canoe or a boat, you don't have to worry about slipping and falling. You can enjoy just the very motion of change that comes as you move yourself down a river. And maybe that's going to give you more joy than the number of fish you can catch. But again, I want to stress why I talk so much about wading. I'm in total control of what I do. I don't have to worry about what another person's going to do in the boat or whether this works best for them. It's all about me and my thoughts and my ability to catch those fish. And it's taught me more by wading than any other type of fishing that I do because I've had a chance to stay in one specific spot and observe all the different things that take place in that spot, how the water flows and how it flows behind this rock or comes and gains speed in this way, how it picks up depth, all those different things that are part of the fish's world, and it gives me the best look at that world. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meisner with the North Country Fishing Report.